Hello everyone, if you're new here, I'm Alan with 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 and this channel is all about sharing the joy of candle making. Today's video is actually going to be talking about my best-selling clean scents. And by clean scents, I mean like ocean scents, marine type scents. These are the ones that I sold most of last year. So if you're interested, then just keep on watching and I hope you enjoy. Now, I'm going to be kind of ranking these 3, 2, 1, but I do want to keep in mind that there are going to be some honorable mentions at the end of this video, and these are some of my personal favorites, but a lot of them are scents that I just haven't actually sold, so they can't make any higher ranking than honorable mentions. And also, there are a couple honorable mentions that are in my seasonal collections, and I'm also kind of putting those in honorable mentions rather than in rankings just because I wanted this to be kind of the year-round series. So anyways, coming in at number 3, we have actually a blend, and this uses 2 different oils. This uses the Your Name is an Adverb by 1617, and it was blended with Flannel by the Flaming Candle. If you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, you might know what happened to my bottles of Flannel. Anyways, what I would recommend blending it with is Flannel's sexier sibling, the Lumberjack. Now, this oil is from Black Tie Barn, and this is like Flannel on steroids. So, if you're interested in my exact blend of these 2 oils, by the way, this is for my Fog and Cashmere candle in the Maker's Favorites collection. It's so good, you guys. It's like the most clean, luxurious cashmere hug, but not in a way that has any floral or fruity notes to it, really. It's more just a luxurious, clean, smooth, marine, aquatic hints of those types of notes. Textile fragrance. So, and you can get these 1617 oils from Hive and Honey or Maple Street Candle Co. They both sell them, and I think that they both have this particular oil as well. But yeah, guys, this is such a luxurious blend. Now, I'm going to be fair, and I haven't actually tried it with this version of Flannel yet. So I'm still in the testing phase. But this is what I would recommend. And if you're interested in my exact blend, you can check out my Patreon down below. I'll give all my exact formulas in there, but I always kind of go through in these videos what the oils are. Coming in number 2, we have Sea Minerals by Candle Science. Now, I have been trying to mention in these videos that just because I get a lot from Candle Science does not mean that you have to. There's a lot of other companies that have these oils. Now, this one in particular, I don't know of any other companies that do have this oil, but if you know of any, please leave them in the comments. But this is just like a very clean, ozonic sea type of a scent. You definitely get the salt, you get the fresh sea air, and a little bit of like mistiness to this one. It almost has like a warm sand quality, or like a fresh linen dried in the wind type of a quality. And I sell this one as our beach glass candle in my signature collection, which I'm renaming the Serotonin collection. And I have sold it though previously as our Ocean Zen candle. So that actually was available in wax melts as well as candles, and I just wanted to brand it more locally. So, but it is the same exact scent, and I do use it all by itself, but I want to give a quick shout out to a blend of this scent that I do also do with another oil we're going to talk about a little bit later called Lavender Driftwood by Candle Science, and that is my Stormwatch candle that I have had, gosh, for the past like 4 to 5 summers, and it has consistently been a top seller for me. But again, because it's a summer oil, I'm not going to be ranking it in this type of year-round video. All right, coming in number 1, we have, this oil actually made another video for my best floral fragrances, but it's kind of a hybrid because it also checks the box for that kind of clean, aquatic, oceany type of a scent, and that is Sea Salt Orchid. Now, you can get this, for example, at Black Tie Barn called Himalayan Orchid. It's very similar, and I think Midwest has a similar one, and probably Flaming Candle. I don't like the Nature's Garden variant as much. I'll put the name up of that one on the screen. It's a little too sweet for my taste. This has a more balanced oceanic organic profile, kind of similar to the Himalayan Orchid, for example, by Black Tie Barn. But yeah, guys, I am obsessed with this oil. I also do sometimes blend it with Caribbean Teakwood by Candle Science and a little bit of Amber Noir, and I'll even throw in a splash of Petitgrain by Stone Candles. But all by itself, I mean, it's very much a standalone oil, and customers go crazy over this. I sell this in my signature collection, again, going to be renamed Makers, can't talk, going to be renamed my Serotonin collection. And I sell it as Sunset on the Lake, just because, again, I wanted to brand this kind of more locally. I live in the Midwest and the sun sets over the coast, and it's just this beautiful marine watercolor picturesque type of a scene. You smell the air, and we do have orchids that live natively in Michigan as well. And so in the sea salt note, we don't have sea salt here, but you kind of get that with the kind of earthier notes in the sand and in just the air. And so when you kind of blend that together, you can sort of get almost a sea salt accord. So I would recommend this one even if you don't live on the ocean. It's such a great seller. Customers like it. It's very versatile. It's not too much of a floral, but it also kind of checks that box. It's clean, it's marine-like, and it also almost checks a linen box as well. Now for the honorable mentions. First off, we have an oil that is really a special oil. It's an oil that I've done for a number of years in the fall and winter. So this is one of the only oils that I've kept in both my fall collection and my winter collection, and that is Cocoa Butter Cashmere by the Flaming Candle. Now, I've always sold this one as Cashmere Sweater. You can also get this one, I believe, from Midwest Fragrance Supply, and I also believe that Brambleberry has a version of this. I'll put the name up on the screen. It might be Cocoa Butter Cashmere. But the Flaming Candle one's really good. This is the one that I've purchased the most of, and customers are just obsessed with it. I sell this as my Cashmere Sweater candle now, and I make a special concrete vessel for this one. And it's just a beautiful kind of rich cocoa butter, shea butter. It has a little bit of that nuttiness to it, but it's also just a very clean, cashmere sweater type of a scent. If I imagine cashmere having a fragrance, it would be this scent. I mean, yeah, it's so nice, and it's definitely a scent that I could see going year round. But for me personally, this is just how I do it, and that's why I'm having it as an honorable mention. Next honorable mention goes to the Pier by Black Tie Barn. Now, this has to be one of my favorite oils of all time personally. It definitely has a lot of similarities to like flannel, as well as, I wouldn't say as much Cocoa Butter Cashmere. It doesn't have as much of a fruity, it has a tiny bit of melon, but you really don't pick that up. And it also has a little bit of lemon to it, but it's much more in the background. And to me, this one just smells like denim, like dark denim blue jeans. And it is like a love story on the pier where you are walking with that person that you met in high school, and you have that sort of butterfly type of a feeling, like you just met that person and you've fallen in love with them, but you've been with them for 40 years and it still feels like the first day. And that is what the essence that this fragrance captures for me personally, and it's such a beautiful scent. I would say that it definitely leans high end. If you want like the most bougie fabric softener type of a vibe, I would definitely say that this is going to captivate and capture that as well. Next honorable mention goes to, well, you could just say flannel by itself or the lumberjack by itself. You definitely wouldn't have to blend this with anything at all, and I've sold it just on its own too. And customers really like it. To me, I do kind of like to blend it with something. This one is a little bit, I don't know, kind of skankier on its own. Not the lumberjack as much. Well, it sort of is though. I personally like to blend it. I wouldn't do it on its own. And I like to blend it with something that is even kind of cleaner, a little bit more of a brighter type of a note. And that's what I like the Your Name as an Adverb with this one. And it really kind of balances everything out and makes the fragrance much more cohesive and high-end smelling to my nose. Next honorable mention goes to Lavender Driftwood by Candle Science. Now, I've sold this fragrance on its own as Serenity at Dusk. It's an absolutely beautiful driftwood type of a beachy fragrance. If you've ever smelled, I believe, Stormwatch by Yankee Candle, it really reminds me of that. It's like you're on your porch and the the storm is kind of brewing in the sky, but this one almost equally captures the essence of a pastel sky after it is stormed, like when the sunset comes out almost. If you've ever seen that sometimes, where there's been a storm during the day and then you also get this beautiful like pinkish purple sunset at night. It could be unique to where I live more on the lake coast, but yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful oil. I do this one on its own, like I said, as Serenity at Dusk. And then I also blend it with Sea Minerals as my Stormwatch candle. So definitely a beautiful honorable mention. I don't sell quite as much of this one on its own as Serenity at Dusk. And I think that's partly because my pictures and whatnot on the labels I don't feel like connecting as much with my audience. That could just be my own hypothesis. I mean, it really is. But I do think that this oil is very, very worthy of your attention if you're looking for something that is clean, that's earthy, and that also captures that kind of spa-like essence. A lot of these oils would do very well in a spa collection, I would say. And the last honorable mention goes to a fragrance that is actually just like Sea Salt and Orchid. It was in my best florals video, but in this case, I'm also putting it just like Sea Salt and Orchid into my best clean scents, kind of marine scents fragrance video as well. And it's kind of a stretch a little bit, but I do think that it also really captures a clean type of a linen characteristic, and that is the Dark Dahlia by Black Tie Barn. Now, this is my favorite floral personally of all time. I haven't, at the date that this video was published, sold this fragrance yet, but it will be launched in my June collection, which is going to be an extension of the Serotonin collection called the Dark Miss Scarlet, reminiscent of the Clue game. Now, this fragrance has actually a prominent, to my nose, a lemon, like a citrus top note to it. And it just kind of makes the mid and base floral notes. There's almost a little bit of rose, but it's more of that kind of dahlia character, I would say, in this one, where it is like a fresh wildflower blowing in the wind, almost like dahlia petals blowing in the wind. I think I have as one of my scent notes on this one. And it also has that kind of sophisticated high-end leaning vibe to it as well. So this definitely makes an honorable mention. Also, if you have any clean type of marine scents that do really well for you and you'd be open to sharing them with the community, definitely leave them in the comments down below. I personally am always curious what does well for you. I know, I'm just a little bit nosy. If you guys did enjoy, give it a thumbs up. As I said, this is more of just the ones that I sold the most of last year. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this, and I will keep making them. They're very fun to film. And anyways, I'm sending all of you peace, love, and light, and I'm wishing all of you happy candle making. I'd like to take the time to thank my patrons for their incredible support.
Trusting your instincts, realize that knowing looks different to each. When living authentic, do more exploring, deeper than knowing just what is essential for life that is thriving. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire, let go until there's peace to your core. Live a life you adore. Silence the noise away from the program, removing performance, true self, all that's standing. Live free from worry, live by just being, power in finding your wholeness in now. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire, let go until there's peace to your core.
Keep being yourself, stay authentic at all costs, and never lose your spark, because that's what makes your brand uniquely you. I'm rooting for you, and I know you have what it takes to be successful and to have fun with this craft. Until next time, happy candle making.